I want to be seen. I stay to myself and mind my business.
Have y'all seen this video of these Africans calling the police on a black American man? He goes to their salon, their braiding shop, to get a retwist. And because he paid them through Apple and they don't know how to work Apple, mind you, they have an iPhone, they threaten to call the police on him. So they're thinking he's trying to scam them, because that's what, why else you need to call the police? So he's like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna call the police first. So he called the police, they came in there and they helped her use the Apple phone, the iPhone, to find the Apple payment. But they wouldn't believe the black American man. So you weaponize, you have enough sense, being a black immigrant, you have enough sense to weaponize the police, but you don't trust this black American man who stepped into your salon to support your business to show you how it works. Damn. These Africans already think the worst of black American people. Because why would your mind instantly go to, oh, he's trying to scam me, I need to weaponize the police? You don't know how to use your iPhone, but you know how to weaponize the police against a black American man.
I do not care that Elon Musk is unconventional in his methods. So according to Jasmine Crockett, who said that she is also on the House Budgeting Committee, Elon Musk is doing things wrong, and that's why Democrats are so upset. She said that what he's supposed to do when he discovers these things is convene a committee and have a committee meeting so that they can discuss things quietly. He is not supposed to bring things to the attention of the American people, and he has been posting things on X. He's been vocal about it on social media every time he finds something. But I do not care if his methods are unconventional. I think that the reason they want him to discover these things and keep it behind closed doors so that they can continue with this money laundering that they have been doing over the last few years. And I'm curious too about Jasmine Crockett, because she loves to talk about the oppression of the black person in this country and how white people, according to her, will never understand how it feels to be a black person in America. This is what Jasmine Crockett loves to talk about. But what about the oppression of the American taxpayer? You have taxes taken out of your paycheck before you even get it. And our government, our elected officials are sending our tax dollars all over the world, to paying for the most ridiculous things on our dime. $59 million spent on housing undocumented migrants in the state of New York in luxury hotels. $59 million. But meanwhile, we have American citizens who are sleeping in tents and who lost everything they have. But our government managed to come up with $59 million to house undocumented immigrants in luxury hotels in the state of New York. If Jasmine Crockett and all these other Democrats were really for the people, this is what they would be talking about. They would be advocating for the people instead of advocating against an appointed elected official who is doing his job.
Okay, white women. So now that we're feeling excluded from and kicked out of Dr. Barlow's Hillman Talk University, we're finally ready to have these conversations. I mean, okay, but it's not a good look for us that it took until we felt personally affected by all of this stuff to really take an interest. So let's talk about why we don't need to be in this particular space at this present moment learning from these Black women. Every single generation has some huge, awful, newsworthy event that really highlights how poorly Black people can be treated. And as it turns out, this is not our generation's first go around. It's only been 5 years since George Floyd was red-rummed. And at that time, we learned about the Black Lives Matter movement, which, by the way, was started by 3 Black women more than a decade ago. We went to protests and we went to marches. And at that time, Black women had some hope. They gave us reading lists and they made content for us, articles and books and videos, trying so hard through their pain and their rage and their grief to explain things to us, to help us to understand. And now, 5 years later, we have the audacity to come into their comment sections and say, we want to learn this stuff. We don't know it. How else will we learn? That's not true. All of the stuff already exists. And the real thing is, if you want to be an ally, if you truly want to be a safe person, most of the work starts in your real life, in your home, and in the community that you move in, regardless of whether there are Black people in that community or not. Because the three things that we need to start with in order to truly do the work have nothing to do with Black people. The first is, how do you handle emotions? Do you know what to do with hard emotions, with anger and sadness and grief and disgust and shame and guilt? Do you know what to do when other people are having those emotions? We need to be able to handle our own emotional baggage and also be able to tolerate other people's emotions. The second is to take a look at how you treat people who have less power than you, societally speaking. How do you treat retail workers, service workers? How do you treat children? What are your parenting values? What do you expect from children that you don't expect from adults? And why is that justifiable? And then lastly, how do you allow yourself to be treated by people who have more power than you, societally speaking? Some examples of these could be your father, your brother, your boss, a teacher, a politician, a religious leader. Do you know how to stand up for yourself? Do you know how to set and maintain boundaries? Because until we can do all of those things, any allyship, no matter how many books we've read, will always be performative. And these are the things we have to tackle within our own homes, our own communities, before we can even be able to meet Black women at the level that they are and speak intelligently about these things. So go do some Googling. We have the internet. All of the information is already there. We don't need to be here.
Man, if you don't have a car note in this economy and your car working and running good, you winning. Now let these folks fool you. These folks be out here driving these AMGs and all these old expensive cars and stuff, and they can barely keep up with these cars. I seen one dude coming up out of Publix with a big box of noodles in his hand. Man, this man hopped in the Hellcat and pulled out. Like, what? How you driving a Hellcat and you finna eat noodles for the night? Come on, man. I don't want no nice car. If I can't pull up to no nice house, I don't want no super, super nice car. Your car gotta match your situation. That's why every time I go to these rich neighborhoods, man, I don't be seeing nothing but raggedy pickup trucks and box trucks and little old Hondas and stuff parking driveway, but they house be big as hell. Come on, man. Priority.
Hey, all my YNs, tap in real quick, boy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got me a new stick, boy. Fresh out the box. And that clean, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And you can get that anywhere, you feel me? You got that drum, this that charger drum. You feel me? Again, J-Dot, Spinner Band, all them boys got one of these, boy. This that new switch. You feel me? And they got that switch on that. You feel me? Go build something, fuck nigga. You gotta destroy all the time. Go build something. You know what I'm saying? 18 volts. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be the demolition man every time. You know what I'm saying? Go do something with your time, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go to jail if you use this. I ain't even lying. Straight up. Go pick you up a drill, man. Learn a trade or something. Go build something in mama house or something in your girl house, man. Get out that couch, man. Put the blunt down or whatever. You did, hell, smoke just as long as you used it, you feel me? Get off them couch, man. Build something. Go play with that. Even if you gotta go to your door and drill and undrill them screws and put it back on, learn something. Yeah, this ain't go the way you thought it was gonna go. Pick you up a drill, man. This drill. Let's go on this drill.
You're from the Caribbean?
No.
Where are you from?
Straight nigga.
Oh my God, don't say it like that.
So you're really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking you up before I got here. And it says that you have Caribbean ancestry.
I don't know where that came from.
I am a son of a Nigerian man. I'm one of those Americanized African men.
We see a post of you with this beautiful hairline and beautiful hair, and that's great.
The force of the beautiful hair.
But you didn't have that yesterday, Self.
So he was trying to get on me about my hairline, but my hairline was so crazy. And I see that a lot of people do different things to enhance their hair.
Right.
You understand? So I said, yo, let me see how it would look if I enhance my hair. And right now I'm looking fresh for the spring.
But what exactly did you do?
I enhanced it.
I'm going to be real. This is the most ridiculous thing that I've seen in a very long time. So you mean to tell me that the African shop who was doing or supposed to be doing this black man's hair, he went there for a retwist, no problem. He had the money, no problem. He used Apple Pay, which is a legitimate payment service which a lot of corporations, big businesses accept and use. No problem. He sent the payment directly to the African woman who was in the United States who also has an iPhone. She decided to call the police because she doesn't know how to use technology. Even though she has an iPhone now, she has an iPhone, she doesn't know how to properly use technology. He sent the payment directly to her. She wants to then try to make a claim that he is stealing or that he didn't pay. So she decided to call the police. So he had to sit there. He had to stay calm. And instead of the officers trying to help him out and do all of these things, they immediately went over to her, sided with her, helped her out with the situation. Even though we know for a fact that this man is innocent. He stayed there. He's recording the whole thing. He's sitting there as calm as can be. And these quote unquote melanated people, these Africans, these women here decided to call the police directly on this black man, claiming he did something that they know he didn't do. Wow. Wow. If this was any other type of establishment, this could have went in a whole nother direction. Even if the payment was there and it was found, this could have went vastly different. And I keep bringing up these examples and incidences like this because this is what continuously happens to black men, to young black men, to black boys directly out here, where people feel that they're being wronged somehow, some way, and they were like, I'm going to rectify the situation. I'm going to call the dogs directly on you, knowing what the potential result could end up being. And these are Africans. So again, these are the same people who like to say that we are not like them and they are not like us. These are the exact same people that say that they got their culture, their heritage, their traditions, their languages, religion. They have all of those things, right? They know where it is that they come from. But yet they know where it is that they come from, but yet they decide to leave and run directly from there to come to the United States in order to make money, in order to be amongst us. These are the exact same people who ran from their country instead of trying to stay there and rebuild it and deal with the police there and deal with the people there. They decided to come to the United States of America, more than likely start up this business in the black community, because we all know they're not starting up braiding shops in white areas. They're not doing this in Asian areas. They're not doing this in Jewish areas. They're not doing this in Latin areas. They're doing this specifically in black areas. And this is how she decided to treat a black American male. Because I promise you, she wouldn't have done this to one of her own men. She wouldn't have done that. It would have been handled way differently. They probably would have had an argument about it, and he would have been able to prove that it's there and showed her, and that would have been that. But when it comes to black American men, for some odd reason, black American men are always a threat to everybody. Everybody somehow, some way, no matter what a black American man is doing, a young black American man or a young black American boy, no matter what it is that they are doing, somehow, some way, they are deemed and seen as a threat. They're seen as violent. They're seen as a supervillain, as a criminal. And this is what tends to happen. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated and what you were able to see in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.